I'm 74, staring at the same damn kitchen wall I've wiped clean for 52 years, and my husband Ron walks past me like I'm a ghost. No good morning, no eye contact, nothing. And in that split second, I snapped, straight up decided, I'm done playing wife to a man who forgot I exist. No cap. Listen up, because this ain't your grandma's divorce story. This is mine, and it's messy, it's real, and it's about time someone spilled the tea on what happens when a woman finally says, bet I'm out. Back in 72, I was 22, fresh-faced, head over heels for Ron. High school sweetheart vibes. He had that bad boy charm, promised me the world. We got hitched quick, popped out 3 kids, bought the house with the white picket fence. I cooked, cleaned, raised the babies, worked part-time at the diner to help pay bills. Ron? He worked construction, came home, cracked a beer, watched football. That was our deal. I thought it was love. Fast forward 52 years. Kids grown and gone. Jenny and Callie, Mike in Texas, Sarah right here in Ohio but busy with her own chaos. Empty nest, hit like a truck. Suddenly it's just me and Ron in this big quiet house. And let me tell you, the silence? Deafening. He barely speaks to me anymore. When he does, it's, where's dinner? Or why is the thermostat so high? Like I'm the help, not his wife. Loki. I started feeling invisible, like I faded into the wallpaper. I'd put on lipstick just to see if he'd notice. Nada. Zilch. I'd cry in the shower so he wouldn't hear. Big yikes on my mental health. Then came the wake-up call. Last spring, I had a little heart scare. Nothing major. Doc said stress. Sent me home with pills. Ron didn't even ask how I was feeling, just grunted, "You good?" and went back to his recliner. That night, lying in bed next to a man who'd become a stranger, I whispered to myself, "Maggie girl, you got one life left in you. You really gonna waste it on this?" I started journaling in secret. Wrote down every time he dismissed me, every dream I buried for the family. Turns out I'd wanted to travel, see Paris, hike the Grand Canyon, maybe even try painting classes. But nah, I stayed put because that's what good wives do. That journal? It lit a fire. I started feeling something I hadn't felt in decades. Rage. Not screaming rage. Quiet, cold, I'm done rage. The kind that makes you pack a bag at 2 a.m. while he's snoring. Next morning, I looked in the mirror. Grey hair, wrinkles, but eyes. Alive for the first time in forever. I said out loud, "Maggie, you deserve main character energy, not side chick to your own life energy." So I did it. Told Ron straight up over coffee, "I'm leaving. Not because I hate you, because I love me too much to stay." His face? Priceless. Mouth open like a fish. "You serious?" he asks. I just smiled. Dead ass. Grabbed my little suitcase, walked out that door, heart pounding like a drum. Didn't know where I was going, just knew I wasn't coming back. But here's the tea. This was only the beginning. The real glow up, it's coming. And it's gonna be lit. Yo, I just walked out on 52 years of marriage at 74 with nothing but a beat up suitcase and my phone on 3% battery. And the first thing I did? Pulled up to a cheap motel like I was 21 again. No cap. I felt terrified, but also straight up alive for the first time since the Nixon era. So there I was, standing in the parking lot of the Bluebird Inn off I-75, wind blowing my grey hair everywhere, heart racing like I'd just robbed a bank. The clerk, this sweet 20-something kid with blue hair, looks at me like, "Ma'am, you good?" I laughed so hard I almost cried. "Kid, I'm better than good. I'm free." Checked in with the last $87 in my checking account. Thank God Ron never touched the emergency fund I hid from him for 30 years. Room smelled like old cigarettes and cheap pine cleaner. Big yikes. But to me, it was the Ritz. I dropped my bag, kicked off my sensible shoes and just stood there in silence. But this silence? Different. This one was mine. First thing I did? Called my bestie Linda. We've been ride or die since high school. She picks up on the second ring. Maggie, where the hell are you? Ron's blowing up my phone saying you lost your damn mind. I spilled everything. The silence, the invisibility, the heart scare, the snap. Linda didn't judge. She just said, "Girl, it's about damn time. Where you at? I'm coming to get you." But I told her no. Not yet. I needed one night to breathe, to feel what it was like to exist without someone else's shadow on me. So I sat on that lumpy bed, opened the tiny motel Bible, because why not, and started scrolling TikTok for the first time in forever. Y'all, the algorithm hit me with grey divorce stories, old ladies traveling solo, women saying I chose me at 70 plus. I was ugly, crying and laughing at the same time, felt seen. Like finally. Next morning, woke up to the smell of crappy coffee from the lobby pot. Ron had texted 17 times overnight, "Where are you? This is ridiculous. Come home, Maggie. We need to talk." Classic Ron. 0. "I miss you." 0. "Are you okay?" Just demands. I didn't reply. Just blocked his number. Period. Grabbed breakfast at the attached diner. Pancakes, extra bacon, black coffee. Waitress, young girl named Kaylee, asked, "You traveling alone?" I grinned. "First day of the rest of my life, honey." She high-fived me. Felt like a queen. Then the real glow-up started. I drove to the nearest Walmart, because Midwest life duh, bought myself a cheap burner phone. Some cute earrings I'd always wanted, but Ron called frivolous. A bright red scarf and, get this, a pair of skinny jeans. At 74, they fit. I looked in the dressing room mirror and said out loud, "Maggie, you still got it, and you're about to level up." Drove around town blasting oldies on the radio, Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way. Windows down, hair wild. Felt the wind like freedom. No plan, no husband nagging about gas money, no "where you going?" Just me. But here's the tea. By day 2, reality hit, money low. Kids starting to call, worried. And Ron, he showed up at Linda's house looking for me. Drama incoming. Where did I crash next? Did I finally tell the kids the full story? And why did I download a dating app at 74? Just to see what happens. Day 3 of freedom and my phone starts blowing up worse than a TikTok drama. My kids are texting Mom WTF. Ron's telling everyone I abandoned him, and I'm over here in a Walmart parking lot wearing new skinny jeans like, "Y'all weren't checking for me for decades. Now you care?" Straight facts. So yeah, after that epic solo breakfast and impulse shopping spree, I pull into a random Starbucks drive-thru. Because even rebels need caffeine. That's when the notifications hit like a freight train. First, my daughter Jenny from Cali. "Mom, are you okay? Dad said you just left. Like packed a bag and ghosted? Call me now." Then Mike in Texas. "Ma, what's going on? Dad sounds wrecked. You having a breakdown or something?" Sarah, the one who lives closest. "Mom, I just left work. I'm coming to the house. Dad's a mess. Talk to me PLs." A mess? Ron? The man who hasn't cried since his dog died in 98. Please. I could picture him milking it, sitting in that recliner, telling the neighbors, "Maggie just up and left me high and dry." Classic victim mode. Low-key hilarious but also infuriating. I parked, took a deep breath, and group called the kids on FaceTime. All 3 picked up at once. Faces full of worry, confusion, and that old people can't just do this energy. I didn't sugarcoat it. Listen up, babies. I didn't have a breakdown. I had a breakthrough. For 52 years, I was the invisible woman in my own marriage. Cooked, cleaned, raised y'all, worked, smiled through it all while your dad treated me like background noise. No affection, no real talks, just existence. I stayed because I thought that's what good moms and wives do. But I'm 74 now. My heart literally tried to quit on me last year, and he barely asked if I was breathing. I'm done fading away. I chose me. Finally. Silence on the call. Then Jenny starts crying. Mom, we had no idea it was that bad. Mike, Dad always said you two were fine, just quiet. Sarah, he told me you were going through menopause again or something. I believed him. Big yikes. The kids never saw the full picture because I protected them from it. I protected Ron. I protected the perfect family illusion. But protecting everyone else cost me my own voice. I told them, I love y'all more than anything. This isn't about hating Dad. This is about not hating the rest of my life. I need space. Don't pick sides. Just let me breathe. They didn't love it, but they heard me. Jenny said, we want you happy, Mom, whatever that looks like. Mike added, just don't go too far without telling us where. Sarah, I'm proud of you. Scared, but proud. After hanging up, I felt lighter, like I dropped 52 years of guilt. But the plot twist? Ron didn't stop at the kids. Linda texted me a screenshot Ron posted on the local Facebook group. Yes, that man finally learned how to use Facebook. Pray for me and my wife Maggie. She's going through some things and left home. If anyone sees her, tell her to come home. We can fix this. With a sad emoji. The comments, half pitying him, half typical man shade. Tea was spilled. I laughed so hard I snorted my coffee. Then I did something savage. I made my own post. Not lost, not broken, just finally found. No prayers needed, just space. Love y'all anyway. Not coming. Back. Late bloomer. Went viral in our small town overnight. 200 plus likes in an hour. Felt like main character energy on steroids. But here's where it gets juicy. That same night, scrolling in my motel room, I re-downloaded the Facebook app and, on a pure what-the-hellers impulse, tapped into a dating site for seniors, just to look. Swear. First profile I see, a silver fox named George, 76, loves road trips, dancing, and women with fire in their eyes. My heart did a little flip. At 74? Really, Maggie? What happened when I swiped? Did George message first? And why did Ron suddenly show up at my motel like a bad rom-com villain? Y'all, I swiped right on a dating app at 74, heart racing like a teenager, and not even 10 minutes later, my motel door gets pounded like the cops are raiding. Ron showed up, in person, at 10 p.m., looking like a kicked puppy mixed with a pissed-off bull. Talk about bad timing on God mode. So rewind. I'm in my room, lights low, burner phone in hand, staring at George's profile. Silver hair, kind eyes. Bio says, retired trucker, loves slow dances, good coffee, and women who know their worth. No cap. My stomach did flips. I hadn't felt butterflies since the Carter administration. I swipe right. Boom. Instant match. He messages first. Hey Maggie, saw your profile pic with that red scarf. Fire emoji. What's a queen like you doing on here? I legit giggled out loud. Me, giggling. At 74, I typed back, escaping a 52-year sentence and finally breathing. You? We chat for like an hour. He's funny, sweet, widowed 8 years, kids grown, said he just started dipping toes back in after years of being alone. Told me about his first road trip post-retirement, drove Route 66 solo. I was hooked. Then, bang, bang, bang on the door. Maggie, open up! I know you're in there! Ron's voice, loud enough to wake the whole motel. Panic mode. I mute George mid-sentence, peek through the curtain. Ron standing there in his old flannel, hair a mess, eyes red. Truck parked crooked across 2 spots. How'd he even find me? Linda? The kids? Facebook post? Doesn't matter. I crack the door. Chain on. What do you want, Ron? He looks wrecked. Come home, Maggie. This ain't you. You're acting crazy. Crazy? I laughed. Cold, real laugh. Nah, baby. Crazy was staying silent for 52 years while you treated me like furniture. This is me waking up. He starts the guilt trip. The house is empty without you. Neighbors are talking. Kids are worried sick. I cut him off. Kids heard the truth from me, and the house was empty with me in it too. You made sure of that. He tries the soft voice. We can fix this. Counseling, whatever. Too late. You had 52 years to fix it, Ron. You chose football and silence. I choose me now. I shut the door, locked it, heard him stand there for a solid 5 minutes muttering, then stomp away. Truck roared off. Shaking, I sat on the bed, adrenaline pumping. Then, new message from George. You still there? I smiled through the tears. Typed, just had an unexpected visitor. Old chapter trying to close itself. But I'm good. Tell me more about that Route 66 trip. We talked till 2 a.m. He invited me to coffee tomorrow at a little diner he loves. No pressure. Just two people figuring out second chances. Next morning, I packed up, checked out and drove to that diner. Heart pounding again. But good pounding this time. But plot twist incoming. George is everything his profile promised. And Ron? He ain't done yet. Word around town is he's telling people I'm having a midlife crisis at 74. And my daughter Sarah just texted, Mom, Dad's coming after you with papers, be careful. What happened at that coffee date? Did sparks fly? And how savage did my comeback get? Y'all, that coffee date with George, it wasn't just coffee. It was fireworks, butterflies, and me remembering what actual human connection feels like after 52 years of emotional radio silence. But right when things got sweet, Sarah drops the bomb. Ron's lawyering up with divorce papers. Game on, old man. I pull up to the little roadside diner George picked. Classic Midwest spot with red vinyl booths, bottomless coffee, and pie that looks illegal. I'm nervous as hell, red scarf on, new jeans feeling bold. George is already there, standing up when he sees me. Tall silver hair, warm smile, wearing a flannel that says retired but not expired. He pulls out my chair like a gentleman from another era. Swoon! We sit, order coffee, black for me, cream for him, and just talk. No games. He tells me about losing his wife to cancer 8 years back, how he spent years just existing, then decided life's too short not to chase joy. I spill my whole story. The silence, the snap, walking out at 74. He doesn't interrupt, just listens, nods, says, Maggie, you didn't leave a marriage. You left a cage. Proud of you. We laugh about dumb stuff too. His terrible dancing skills, my secret love for Taylor Swift. He knows every word to Anti-Hero. For the first time in forever, I laugh loud, belly laugh, the kind that makes your sides hurt. Felt like I was 30 again, but wiser. Sparks flying. He reaches across the table, touches my hand lightly. Electric. I didn't pull away. Then my phone buzzes. Sarah, Mom, heads up. Dad just got a lawyer. He's talking about filing for divorce and protecting assets. Says you abandoned him. Wants half of everything, including the house. What do we do? My blood boils. George sees my face change. Everything okay? I show him the text. He chuckles low. Classic. He ignored you for decades. Now he wants to punish you for waking up? Nah, you got this. I text Sarah back. Let him file. I've got nothing to hide. Tell him the only thing I'm abandoning is 52 years of BS. House? He can have it if he wants. I want freedom more. Love you. George squeezes my hand. Atta girl, you need a lawyer. My nephew's one. Family law shark. I'll hook you up. We finish coffee. He walks me to my car, hugs me goodbye. Long, warm, no awkwardness. Whispers, text me when you get settled. This ain't goodbye. I drive off smiling like an idiot. First real date in half a century. Felt alive. But the drama don't stop. That night, Linda calls. Ron's been calling mutual friends, playing the poor abandoned husband card hard. Some folks buying it, some shading him. And get this, he tried showing up at the diner after we left. Owner, who knows me, told him to kick rocks. I'm not scared anymore. I'm pissed and ready. What's next? Do I meet George's nephew, the lawyer? Does Ron actually file? And why did George just invite me on a weekend road trip? No strings? Y'all, George just hit me with pack a bag, Maggie. We're hitting the open road this weekend. No pressure, just vibes and views. At 74, I'm about to go on my first real getaway in decades. While Ron's lawyer is overnighting divorce papers like it's a threat, plot twist, the papers might just be the best gift he ever gave me. Bet. After that killer coffee date, George and I kept texting. Nothing heavy. Just memes, song recs, and him sending pics of sunsets from his porch. Then Friday night, he calls. Maggie, life's too short for what-ifs. I got a little cabin, booked up near Lake Erie. 2 bedrooms, killer view, bonfire spot. Come with. We drive up Saturday, slow and scenic. You in? My heart did the cha-cha. I said yes before my brain could overthink it. Saturday morning, I meet him at his place. Cute ranch-style house, American flag out front. He's loading coolers into his classic pickup. Shiny red, of course. I show up with my suitcase, red scarf, and 0 regrets. He grins. Ready to make some memories, Queen? We hit the highway. Windows down. Classic rock blasting. Springsteen, Eagles, the works. First stop, roadside diner for burgers and milkshakes. We talk for hours. Dreams we buried, places we never went. He tells me he always wanted to see the northern lights someday. I confess I dreamed of dancing under the stars without anyone judging my moves. We laugh, we cry a little, we hold hands across the table, felt natural, right. That night at the cabin, bonfire crackling, stars popping off. George pulls out a Bluetooth speaker, plays some slow Motown, asks, May I have this dance? We sway on the porch, awkward at first, old joints LOL, but then magic. He whispers, You're glowing, Maggie. I felt it, for real. Sunday morning, coffee on the deck, phone buzzes. It's an email from a lawyer firm. Ron filed. Irreconcilable differences. Abandonment. Wants the house. Half the savings. Even my grandma's ring he never liked. Petty as hell. I show George. He reads it, chuckles. This man really thinks paperwork scares you now? Nah, my nephew's on speed dial. Family law beast. He'll eat this up. You want aggressive or amicable? I sip my coffee, smile slow. Aggressive. He ignored me for 52 years. Now he wants to play victim? Let's give him the receipts. George nods, proud. That's my girl. My girl? Swoon level 100. We drive back Sunday night, singing at the top of our lungs. Dropped me at my new temporary spot, Linda's guest room. Queen offered. Hugged long, kissed my cheek, said, This is just the start. Monday? Lawyer nephew meets me virtually. Young, sharp, savage. Maggie, this filing is weak sauce. We counter. Emotional neglect, years of isolation, your health scare, he ignored. We go for equitable. You get half, plus alimony if we push. And that ring? Yours. I felt power, real power. But Ron ain't quiet. He texts from a new number. Saw your Facebook, dating already? Classy. I reply once. Classy was staying silent. This is me leaving. Bye, Ron. What's next? Do I sign the counter papers? Does George plan another trip? And why did my kids just say they're coming to visit? With questions. The kids just pulled up unannounced at Linda's place. All 3 of them, looking like they came ready for an intervention. But ended up getting the rawest truth bomb of their lives. Meanwhile, I'm signing counter papers that basically say, Ron, keep the recliner. I'm keeping my dignity. And George, he's already planning our next chapter. No cap. This is peak main character energy. So picture this. Tuesday afternoon, I'm chilling in Linda's guest room, scrolling through pics from the Lake Erie trip, that bonfire dance still giving me butterflies. When the doorbell rings like a SWAT team. Linda yells, Maggie, your squad's here! In walk Jenny, Mike, and Sarah, faces a mix of worry, guilt, and straight-up confusion. We sit around the kitchen table like it's a therapy session. Jenny starts, Mom, we drove all night. Dad's a wreck, saying you're throwing everything away. Mike jumps in. He's telling people you're seeing someone new already? Sarah, we just want to understand. Was it really that bad? I took a breath, looked each of them in the eye and let it all out. No filter. Listen, babies. I hid the pain for y'all. The nights I cried alone because your dad wouldn't even look at me. The dreams I buried so we could have the perfect family. The heart scare, he shrugged off. I stayed silent so you kids wouldn't feel it. But silence almost killed me. Literally, I left because I deserve to feel alive before I can't anymore. Tears everywhere. Jenny hugs me first. We thought you two were just quiet. We didn't know. Mike wipes his eyes. Dad never said any of this. Sarah, we're sorry we didn't see it. I told them, this ain't about blame. It's about me choosing life. And yeah, there's someone new. George. He's kind, listens, makes me laugh. It's early, but it's real. They didn't freak. Jenny even smiled. You deserve that, Mom. Mike, just be careful. Sarah, we're Team Maggie now. After they left, with big hugs and promises to visit more, I met George's nephew, the lawyer Shark. In person, sharp suit, sharper tongue.
We went over the counter. Emotional neglect evidence, my journal entries, health records, witness statements from Linda, request for equitable split, alimony, and that grandma's ring back in my name. I signed. Felt like shedding dead weight. That night, George calls. How'd it go, Queen? I spill everything. He listens, then says, proud of you. Now, how about we celebrate? I got tickets to a little jazz club downtown this weekend. Slow dances, good music, no drama. You game? I grinned so hard my cheeks hurt. Bed, pick me up at 7. But Ron, he ain't done. New text from his number. You really gonna drag our name through court? For what? I didn't reply. Just blocked again. Let the lawyers talk. What's next? Does the jazz night turn into something magical? Do the kids meet George? And why did Ron just threaten to expose my new life on Facebook? Jazz night with George turned into straight-up movie magic. Slow dances, stolen glances, and me feeling like the main character in my own rom-com at 74. But right when I am floating on cloud 9, Ron goes nuclear on Facebook, posting a sob story that blows up our small town, and my kids want to meet George. Drama level expert. Friday rolls around, and George picks me up in that red pickup, looking sharp in a button-down and cologne that smells like trouble in the best way. We hit this cozy downtown jazz spot. Dim lights, live saxophone, couples swaying like they got nowhere else to be. We grab a corner table, order wine, red for me, bourbon for him, and just vibe. The band plays at last. He stands, offers his hand. We hit the floor. My hips still move, thank God. He pulls me close, whispers, You're killing me, Maggie, in the best way. I look up at him, those kind eyes sparkling under the stage lights, and for the first time in forever, I feel desired, wanted, seen. We dance for 3 songs straight. Laugh when I step on his foot. He doesn't care, just keeps smiling. After, we sit, talk about everything and nothing. He says, I don't want to rush anything, but I'm all in if you are. I squeeze his hand. I'm in, George. Scared as hell, but in. Then my phone lights up like a Christmas tree. Notifications from the local Facebook group. Ron posted a long rant. After 52 years of marriage, my wife walked out with no warning. Now she's parading around town with some new guy. Broke my heart, broke our family. Pray for us. I just want my wife back. Comments exploding. Some pitying him, others calling him out. Maybe ask why she left Ron. Sounds like emotional neglect. Queen energy, Maggie. Tea spilled everywhere. I show George. He laughs low. He's mad because you're living your best life. Let him post. The truth speaks louder. Next day, the kids text a group chat. Jenny, Mom, we saw Dad's post. We're coming over tomorrow. We want to meet this George guy. Need to see he's good for you. Mike, yeah, protective mode activated, LOL. Sarah, also, we're proud of you. Just want to make sure you're safe. I panic a little, then text George. Kids want to meet you tomorrow. You cool? He replies instantly.
Bring it on. I'll bring coffee and charm. Sunday afternoon, everyone piles into Linda's living room. George shows up with a tray of donuts and the best handshake energy. Kids grill him nicely. Jenny: "So, what are your intentions with our mum?" George, dead serious: "To treat her like the queen she is. Listen to her, make her laugh, travel with her, and never make her feel invisible. That's the plan." They soften fast. Mike even fist bumps him. Sarah whispers to me, "He's cute, Mom. And he looks at you like you hung the moon." By the end, they're laughing together, swapping stories. Felt like family, but better. Real. Ron's post backfired. More people reaching out to me. "You go, girl. We had no idea." Support pouring in. What's next? Court date creeping closer? Do I face Ron in person? Does George plan something huge for our first big trip? And why did Ron just send me a voicemail saying we need to talk? Face to face? The court date finally arrived. Me versus Ron. 52 years of history on trial. And I walked in with my head high, red scarf on, ready to end the silence once and for all. But the real bombshell? George showed up in the hallway afterward with a small velvet box and the words every woman dreams of hearing. At 74. Monday morning, family court building downtown. Cold fluorescent lights. Wooden benches that smell like old paper. I'm sitting there with George's nephew, the lawyer shark, call him Jake, my journal, health records, and Linda as my witness. Ron walks in with his lawyer. Cheap suit, smug look, like he still thinks he's the victim. Judge calls us up. Ron's side goes first. Abandonment. She left without warning. We want the house. Savings split 60-40 in his favor. No alimony. Jake stands calm as ice. Your Honor, this isn't abandonment. This is survival. 52 years of emotional neglect. Zero affection. Ignored health crisis. Here are the entries. Decades of her feeling invisible. Medical records show stress-induced heart issues. She stayed for the family. Now she's choosing herself. I take the stand. Voice steady. I loved Ron once. We built a life. But over time, the love turned to routine, then silence. I cooked, cleaned, raised kids, worked. All while he checked out. No conversations, no touch, no "I love you." I had a heart scare last year. He asked if I was good and went back to TV. I left because I was dying inside. I deserve to live the rest I have left. Judge asks Ron, "Any response?" He mumbles, "I thought we were fine. She never said anything." Jake fires back, "She said it in silence for 52 years. You just didn't listen." Judge rules fast. Equitable split. House is sold, proceeds 50-50. My grandma's ring returned. Alimony for 5 years. Not huge, but enough. Ron's face? Priceless, defeated. I walk out shaking, good shaking. George is waiting in the hallway, arms open. I collapse into him. He whispers, "You did it, Queen. You're free." We go to a quiet park nearby. Sit on a bench. He pulls out that velvet box, opens it. Simple silver ring with a tiny sapphire. "Maggie, I know it's soon, but I've waited my whole life for someone like you. Will you be my partner in this next chapter? No rush on marriage, just together. Road trips, dances, laughing till we can't breathe. You in?" Tears, happy ones. I nod. "Hell yes, George, I'm all in." We kiss, soft, real under the winter sun. Felt like the start of everything. Later kids call, they're proud. "Jenny, Mom, we're throwing you a freedom party next month. Bring George." Mike, "He's officially approved." Sarah, "Dad's quiet now. I think he gets it." Ron sends one last text. "Congrats. I was wrong. Be happy." I don't reply. Just smile and delete. What's next? The freedom party. First big trip as a couple. And me finally starting that painting class I always wanted. Life? Just beginning. If you're crying happy tears and need the beautiful finale, type yes for part 10. The grand finale, right now. Let's close this epic glow up strong. Word count is 602. Here are some emotional, powerful visuals to drop into your video edits. Courtroom triumph, romantic proposal and new beginning vibes. The courtroom moment of victory. Confident senior woman walking out of court, head high, empowered queen energy. George waiting with open arms. Older couple embracing in hallway. Joyful reunion after big win. The park proposal scene. Senior man proposing with ring on bench. Romantic winter moment. Tears of happiness. Maggie glowing with her new ring. Smiling older woman admiring sapphire ring. Pure joy and freedom. The new couple walking into the sunset. Happy senior couple hand in hand. Park path. Fresh start energy. 2 months after the court win, I threw the biggest I'm finally free party of my life. Backyard lights, live music, all my kids, grandkids, Linda, George, and half the town that finally woke up to the truth. And in the middle of it all, I looked around and realized this 74-year-old woman isn't just surviving, she's thriving. No cap, this is what second chances look like. The party was everything. String lights twinkling over Linda's big backyard. Tables loaded with my famous apple pie, burgers, and way too much wine. Sarah DJ'd the playlist, started with Motown, ended with Taylor Swift. Because why not? Jenny flew in from Cali with the grandkids. Mike brought his new girlfriend. Everyone was there to celebrate me, not the marriage. Felt surreal. George was right by my side the whole night, hand on my lower back, stealing kisses when no one was looking, whispering, "You deserve every second of this." When the music slowed, he pulled me onto the makeshift dance floor in the grass. We swayed to "Stand By Me," just like that first bonfire night. Grandkids cheered. Adults teared up. I laughed so hard I snorted. Mid-party, I grabbed the mic. Yeah, we had a karaoke set up. Cleared my throat. Listen up, y'all. A year ago, I thought my story was over. I was invisible, quiet, fading. Then I chose different. I left, I fought, I loved again. And look at me now, dancing, painting, living loud. If you're sitting in silence right now, hear me. It's never too late. Grab your life back. You deserve the main character energy. I love y'all. The crowd erupted. Hugs, tears. Strangers telling me my story gave them courage to leave bad situations. Felt like I started a quiet revolution in our little Ohio town. Next week, I finally signed up for that painting class I dreamed about for 40 years. First session, I showed up with new brushes, a canvas, and zero idea what I was doing. The teacher, sweet 60-something lady, said, "Just feel it." So I did. Painted a wild, colorful sunset over Lake Erie with 2 tiny figures dancing by a bonfire. Messy, beautiful, mine. George and I booked our first big trip, Paris in spring. He wants to show me the lights. I want to kiss him on every bridge. No rush on rings or papers. Just us living. Ron, he sold the house, moved to a condo, started therapy, kids told me. Last I heard, he apologized to Sarah, said he didn't see how bad it got. Too late for us, but maybe not for him. I wish him peace. From a distance. Last night, George and I sat on the porch, wrapped in a blanket, watching stars. He said, "Maggie, you changed everything." I squeezed his hand. "Nah, baby. I just remembered who I was before I forgot. And that's the tea, y'all." At 74, I walked out on 52 years of silence. I found love again. I found my voice. I found me. If this series touched your heart, healed something inside you, or made you think, maybe I can choose me too, drop it in the comments, share your story, and tag someone who needs to hear this. This ain't the end. This is just the beginning. Thank you for riding with Maggie all the way. Now go live your glow up. You got this. Period.